We are back in the building. Let's enjoy the show, ladies and gentlemen. We have Goodra. Man, we're just revamping all kinds of teams. Found the Obama Snow team that I made. Found this Goodra team. Saw a Lucario one. I think I can make Luke work. Why the fuck not, right? Why not give it a go? What do we have to lose? Other than points. Yeah, so those coming soon. But it's time for Goodra again. I guess Dale Lima. So I was like, why is it named Dale Lima? But I remember around the time when people were suggesting these, and I should start that back up. So if you have any, well, I'm not building anytime soon. But from a time standpoint, it's easier to edit than to build a whole new squad. Plus, after OT wraps up, I want to just, before the new game's release, just go hard and see if we can get to number 1. So I'll probably use normal teams again. Anyway, Goodra can do nothing until that freaking Slowking is gone. So that's what we're gonna be looking to do. Scarlet is very annoying for him. Forces Moltres in, and even if I do get burned, I'd prefer not to, but if I do get burned, that does mean he's more rock susceptible, which opens up my Valiante. Valiante is problematic. Big problem. I need him to Terra and allow my Valiant to go to work. Goldengo is really annoying as well, depending on what depending on the speed tier, depending on a couple of things, Goldengo could literally just 6-0 my opponent. So the question is, what don't I guard well against? I don't want Bax doing what it wants, because I can't switch into that very easily. Nor can I revenge kill it very easily, which isn't good. Probably should thought about this team a bit more with the edits, but I wanted to make it a bit fun. Pelipper offensively is actually really annoying for him. I don't have Knock on this version, I have Hurricane, which kind of helps me here. Bax is an issue. Masquerade is annoying. I wouldn't say it's the biggest deal in the world. It's annoying though. The worst case scenario for me is staring down an opposing Masquerade. If he were to Slowking, as he does, there was a lot of downside to a Slowking lead versus my particular team, so that's why I didn't expect it. But the upside is that I can just reposition into, what do I want to reposition into? Really, Goldie is the best repositioning, but I likely I don't want to risk my balloon. It's one of those things where if he led Bax and I led poorly versus back, if I'm Masquerade here, he's in a really bad spot. And I don't know, maybe I should make Scarlet Sash. The way this team is structured, I can justify a Focus Sash. I like Boot Smart Scarlet, but I can justify a Focus Sash in this case. As if Scarlet comes in, then I don't think I can avoid the Bax matchup. I might not be able to keep my balloon on Goldengo. So let me restructure the game plan in a way where I can do I have as much range as possible, because Goldengo is necessary for a lot of the things he can possibly switch into. Because what I'm thinking about is, if I do this, then what? If I do this, then what? Which is why a lot of times it's hard to narrate all that while playing. He future sights. That's actually amazing. That's splendid. That's phenomenal. That's, oh my goodness, yes. I completely disagree with that future sight. So if he were to Landorus, that's not great. Get more mileage out of a Spike than, I just want to catch his Moltres if he goes to it though. But I get more mileage out of a Spike. The issue is if he goes Landorus, I get more mileage out of it. He really stays into Sludge Bomb. High risk. But I guess he's thinking, okay, well, I'll just, he's thinking I'd survive the knockoff. The thing about it is that he doesn't know if I'm Choice Banded or not. So if I'm Choice Banded there, I knock him out. So that gives me a lot of data on how he thinks or doesn't think. So Big risk. I did not even consider him leaving. The sloking is so important to him. It's assault vest. No, it's not even AV, it's just unstab surf. And then he goes Lando of all things. Should hard switch back. What is he doing? Okay, so my opponent just doesn't think. Okay, that's what I'm working with. Okay, then I'll play this differently then. I haven't lost. Scarlet wasn't a game-breaking mon, but I did lose a really big. I wouldn't have knocked out the sloking anyway. He'd have been rock susceptible, but I wouldn't have knocked him out. Now I just need to force the terror in order to win this. So not an easy game, but winnable nonetheless. So Slowking Galar's coming in as expected. Just again based on how he plays. Didn't know if I was banded Scarlet, and that's where Sash would have helped a lot. Sorry if you just heard my mic. But that's where Sash would have helped a lot. So again, based on how he plays, Future Sight's the best he can do. So I'm not overly concerned about that. Moltres comes in. I'm happy to see Moltres. I want to knock this pesky ass thing's item off. My fucking Tusk is so important though. But just based on how he plays, is it? Let me think. How would he? Does he have hazard control? No. Tusk is mad important, but I need this Moltres to be withered down. Might U-turn to flamethrowers. That's, oh my goodness, that's best of both worlds, because it's very likely that, I mean, he could hard switch, but I need this weekend for Valiant. Like literally everything on the team is set up for Valiant to sweep now. I'm not gonna rapid spin on this. That would be a waste of a Tusk at this point. I'll reposition in a Pelipper. I'm very surprised that he flamethrowered. I completely disagree with flamethrower, but it works for him. He's slower than me, so I'll get the secondary U-turn, which puts in Slowking, which repositions Tusk. And this is where Tusk gets frustrating to deal with, right? Because now this allows for me to knock off, and there's no drawback to knocking off here. Whether he leaves it in or not, you probably think like, damn, shouldn't you prioritize rapid spin? Actually, there is a downside to knocking off. It would mean I can't knock out the Slowking with knockoff of my Valiant at +2. Maybe. That might not be true. That might not be true. Depending on the Terra is what really is fucking with me. So let me think. What's the downside of a spin here? Not too much. Go Scarlet. Scarlet could be a lot of things. It could be Choice Scarf. If it is Choice Scarf, I'm very tempted to. Well, let's just be patient here. Choice Scarf Scarlet is something I'm concerned. I wouldn't use the word concerned. Rapid Spin was my best play. I'm really glad I Rapid Spun there because he didn't go Lando. The only reason this would be say Flower Tricks. That is Bandit, I want to say. That is Bandino. So Chill Reception, Slowking, boom, boom, boom. I'll double back again to Great Tusk. Even if he were to double Flower Trick, I wouldn't lose the game. Yeah, so he's not banded. Okay, so that Goodra is just not able to. So I'm really glad for this positioning. Tusk is what I wanted versus everything. So I'm actually glad I switched out. For two reasons. He could have knocked me out with knockoff. Potentially. I mean, I think so. If Flower Trick did 31, he could have knocked me out with knockoff. But now that I know he's not Choice Scarf, the data I need is being given to me. So Landorus comes in. You know, these Landoruses these days like to run the Knot of the Grass. But it is slower than my Goodra, so he rocks. That's perfectly fine by me. I don't think he's gonna switch, weirdly enough. I want to double back to my Tusk here very badly, but the upside is that push come to shove, I'll sack the Goodra, because Tusk versus Slowking is great. Yeah. So I think he mindless. I might even not Chili Reception. I think he mindless Future Sights here. He does Chili Recept. Okay. My rain doesn't matter anymore. I need his Lando gone because I don't want to get intimidated. The intimidation doesn't matter that much, but it does because I don't want because he hasn't terrored yet. One of these little shits are gonna terra and stop my Valiant, but that might not matter if I get rid of Scarlet because, or I just save my own Terra. So what I'll do because I also body him with Goldengo's Terra, you know what I'm saying? So there's just a lot of different things that I'm considering. Okay, so I actually probably should have sacked Pelipper there. I'm gonna force his Terra here. So right here, one would assume, okay, you know, you potentially get Moonblast. Even if you were to go for Flower Trick, it would be really bad because I don't want to get weakened. But it wouldn't be the end of the world, and I'm very tempted to go for the kill here. Super tempted, but you're right, you should sack Moltres. Now, this is a whack turn, but please, Valiant. Thank you. You know what I'm talking about. I don't even want to speak its name. So I forced the Moltres to give me a kill, and I'll force his Terra here, or I'm going to sweep him. So if he goes Slowking Galar, I know he's going to Terra. So he goes Landers, which is excellent, 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 as this allows for me to Ice Punch. So I can come back in and Swords Dance again. He -1s me. If he goes to Slowking, I think he loses. So he goes Tinglu. So this is what's going to Terrestrialize. In which case, so what would I want to do if it's going to Terra Poison or something? Maybe Terra Ghost. I've seen these run Terra Ghost before. Because what I'm looking at right now is if this Terra is then my Goldengo, my Goldengo isn't running a ton of defense. So maybe I should make it that really defensive set. I have a lot of speed, but not a ton of defense, which is gonna hurt me versus backs if I'm not careful. So I'm just thinking about my worst case scenario. Terra Water. Okay, so I probably could have knocked him out with CC. If he attacks me here, he's probably gonna whirlwind. I think he loses now. No, he doesn't lose. CC's gonna kill him. It's gonna force backs in. Ugh. CC does 54. There's no way. So I could have, if I SD'd there, I think I won. No. Because the issue is Bax probably has Ice Shard. But it depends, because Bax gonna have to take rocks and all that. Oh, what? You couldn't do fucking Bandit couldn't do? That's really whack. That's really not good. It's actually really not good. Me not killing there might have just lost me the game. Okay, fair enough. And I happen to be Terra Water on this Tusk, which is super funny to me, because usually I'm not. Tusk is good. Tusk could win still. Tusk is actually legit still. Because I'm using Terra Steel, which would be really useful here. I could remove his item. How relevant is that? I go Goldengo. Sack Pelipper, go Goldengo. Terra twice. It's better to sack Pelipper. Yeah, Valiant, I don't know if that he has some defense or that was a roll, but for +1 CC to not knock out the Tinglu at 50% is crazy. So he sees the balloon. I should get to plot twice. This is where not having the item is gonna bite me. I mean, not being defensive. Maybe I should. This is a really niche situation. So I'm like if I was at max defense set, I'd have had his ass here. So whack. So I kind of need to plot again to one-shot Slowking. Dang. The Slowking still has its item, which means it's gonna come in at the Flower Trick do 40 to a max HP. I think so. He U-turns, which is what I didn't want. I think I just had to go for it though. I think I lose. Because he's gonna go Slowking here, and he should eat a Shadow Ball from the range is at, and then that's game. So if I had that defensive set, I'd nasty plot again. Yeah, a lot of this came down to Valiant not knocking out Tinglu. If Valiant knocked out Tinglu, if it's not, because it doesn't have to be banded backs. Yeah, because now he just no, I don't have to take this hit actually. I can just go Tusk. Is it better to rapid spin here or to if I knock off he goes back to Scarlet? Yeah, it's better to spin actually. But I don't think there is a shot I win this, but it's just very low. I think having the speed boost, if he future sights, so be it. Goes back to Scarlet. Oh, he's probably he's overgrown coat. So now it definitely does way too much. I'm curious how much it does though for future. Okay, good to know. I knew I wouldn't. The moment I activated overgrow, I think the crit wouldn't have brought him into overgrow. I mean, without the crit, it wouldn't have brought him into overgrow. So knockoff was still the correct play. But it would have done, if it did 68, it would have been doing too much. It's actually really, I regret nothing about how I played that game. Yeah, if I double plotted on the turn he went to Slowking, it would have been an interesting endgame, right? Because depending on what the back's caliber set is, I could have won there. But I don't know, man. I mean, for how weak I am to Miarskara, do I give up all my gold and go speed? I'm gonna try that bold stuff. I'm gonna try it. Because I don't, type of games I really don't like losing are the ones where I don't feel like I have a lot of options. Like, so there's nothing the opponent did that was, like, I knew exactly how I needed to win the game. But given the poor set choices that I had, and it's hard to say because it's just one game if that's a poor set choice, because I may go in the next game and I'm like, dang, I should have been timid. That's why you have to test your teams. But in that particular situation, because I remember when I was editing this briefly, I'm like, do I go with that max defense gold angle or do I go with a gold angle that's more speedy? And right there, the max defense one would have given me a solid win con. In this one, I think it doesn't really matter. Max defense one has its merits, but yeah, Valiant disappointed me by not knocking out the Tinglu. Plus, I think if the Valiant, if the backs did not have Ice Shard, I could have SD'd again on the Tinglu and killed it. It surviving was the key. So yeah, because at that point, as you saw, the Miarskara became a problem because the Tinglu got the hit off. If backs had Ice Shard, I have Terra Steel, but at that range, if he did have it, he'd go straight to backs next, which would give me all the data I need, and I think I'd have won the game from there. So yeah, that's it. I don't regret any play, but I had to analyze it to think, okay, is there any opening I had that could have made it not go the way it did? Yeah. Anyway, moving on to the next this is like the most Goodra game of all time. Pelipper happens to be max defense on this, which is going to be helpful. I have a Miarskara, which is Grin's worst nightmare unless it's packing Ice Beam. And Valiant, Terra Steel Valiant is the worst. I think Legion, unless could have Aqua Jet as well. Probably does. So this is going to be an interesting sequence of games. There's no way this, please fucking hit Goodra. There's no way this shit is faster than me. You'd have to beat Jolly Scissor to be faster than me. I can see him going hard Pelipper, but I'm not finna, like, I don't know shit about this guy. He's in the 1700s. I'm just gonna attack what's in front of me. Plus there's very little downside to me. The only upside to me thundering is that I'd remove his Pelipper immediately and he can't switch around. Okay, gone. Alright, so one down. I told you this team was Goodra fodder. And because I'm AV, the Grin is even 504 motherfucking spit. What is oh, this fool's finna go for Thunderwave and shit. I sense it. This is that kind of guy. I guess I can't avoid this. Hurricane, okay, never mind. Draco kills then. If it did 38 with non-stab surf, Hurricane kills. Please, for the love of God, thank you. Thank you, King Goodra. So that's 2. Is Goodra finna show up for the lack of showing he did last time? I don't think I'll knock the. I might. That's 3 with the crit. Jesus, Goodra. Goodra. 3 in 3 turns. And I got this young focus sash. Yeah, one of them games, boy. Goldengo is literally the most useless thing of all time. It is decent for the treads, but you know, you want to get that young recoil. Terra water, huh? Ooh, just put me all in a pack. Gotta put me in a pack like that, brother. Pelipper beats treads. I don't think there's any way me going Pelly first, because I'm thinking, do I care to go Pelly first or Scarlet first? If I go Scarlet first, he's gonna go for that one move. What's it called? That, you know, that move that goes first. If I go Pelipper first, I Hurricane and maybe knock him. Actually, I might not knock him out with Hurricane. Terra water. If Hurricane doesn't kill him with the Wave Crash recoil, I just gave up Pelipper for no reason. Wave Crash in the rain could roost. I'll go Meow. Since I have Goodra, it doesn't matter. Because I'm thinking about, you still want to think about all the possibilities at the end, right? So I'm like, okay, is there any downside to this? Guarantees the Legion is gone, and I still have booster, because it's gonna go Grin, and then I go hard Goodra. Shurikens, right? And I just Thunder here. As long as I force this out, the treads is irrelevant. Let's go Tusk on treads. Stealth Rocks is wild. It's a good play, unless this is like Steel Beam or something. But yeah, now that I have that young Rapid Spino, all I gotta do is spin again. I should outspeed him now, cause what's it called? Knockoff, huh? And now I just guarantee win, cause I just Terra here. There's no downside. One, he's gonna use up the Life Orb turn, but also he's gonna use the Water Shuriken the first time, yeah. And obviously I'm faster, so Goodra fucking showed out. What redemption? But that's what I'm saying. Like when you look at the game, like the second one, the Golden adjustment made no difference. But the first game, you could notice there. All right, Goodra, trash. Goodra's second game, matchup phenomenal. And he just killed Trita. Now he played horribly versus it, to be fair, but he gave me 3 kills. And Goodra, really, I could have killed. I really didn't even have to switch up moves versus the Grin. I could have just surfed knowing the treads would come in, because I showed him Thunder, right? And even if he stayed in with the Greninja, it would have been very low risk for me. There's so many ways to win that game. But I knew if treads came in, the only way he's beating Tusk is with Steel Beam, and then he'd kill himself. So yeah, then 100 things wins after that. But yeah, Galarian Slowking is definitely something you don't want to see. That wasn't around when Goodra was around, but it's one of those mons Goodra can do nothing to. So Goldengo is mighty handsome here. It's mighty handsome. Valiant is mighty fucking gorgeous. Just a gorgeous Pokemon. I might front end Valiant to get him to sack some of his mons. Now I'm going to be playing with the you-know-what, because he has one of those birds. We survived the last bird, but you know, it's gonna get doozy in this situation. Spike matters, but they don't at the same time. Goldengo is useful for a very particular reason. Tusk is really good. Tusk is really fucking annoying for his team. Very likely to be staring down a Zapdos. He could Samurott. I don't want Zapdos in versus my Meowscarada, because then he's gonna get the switch initiative, and then he's gonna be Goodra versus Samurott, but I don't think I can avoid that. And so my worst case scenario is Samurott leading versus Goodra when I could have had Meowscarada versus Samurott, or Goodra versus or Meowscarada versus Zapdos is not as bad as Goodra, because if I let Goodra there, I'd have a lot more control of the game. But now he gets to show me his hand, whether he has U-turn, Volt Switch, Thunder Wave. So he's a Thunder Wave scumbag. Got you. Let's see if he has Volt Switch as well. Volt Switch, if he has Volt Switch, then that's, we know that's his only attacking move. Interesting. I don't know reason not to just Draco Meteor. So Volt Switch is the only attacking move. 7%. Okay, so be it. He go, please, for the love of God. Who goes? You guys are out of your fucking mind, man. But what? It baffles me how people play Samurott, bro. Like, it just blows my mind. So Samurott's literally out of the game because he has no hazard control, and I do have hazard control. You feel me? Crazy stuff. So like, it's crazy stuff. It's crazy stuff. So now, well, Knock is still the best play. Spin matters, but not as much as Knock, especially if it punishes Lando / Zapdos. He leaves the Slowking in his Turf. Fuck. His Grass Knot. All right, I'll take that. I'll take that. I'll take that. Helmet Lando. Toss being weakened matters, but if the Gambit is Terra Fairy, I have Goldengo Terra Fairy cover for Sucker. If it's normal Gambit and I force him to Terra something else, then I have Valiant. So let me think. If I force him to Grass Knot here, I could go Valiant and Swords Dance. If I could remove his item, which would mean Valiant would take no damage, but is it worthy of giving up my Great Tusk? Well, if he just Stealth Rocks here, my Great Tusk will survive. I do want his rocks gone, his helmet gone. So if he goes for Stealth Rock, right, I'm still alive, so I can come back in and take the hit. And the reason this matters is because I could wash his team right now. So he's gonna knock me out, right? And this allows Valiant to come in. He should sack Samurai. He SDE me, stays in Earthquakes. That makes sense. That was a risky ass Lando play the first turn. Nox. Yeah. Okay, so I forced, very similar to last game where I say I'll force their hand. Yeah, this Volt Switch though, which is annoying. My Valiant didn't get as much mileage out of it as I'd like, and I want to be careful. So he doesn't have rocks for the remainder of the game. I really wish I just Ice Punched his Lando. That would have gotten me way more than the SD turns. But I did not think he'd stay in. But because that would be the perfect turn to Samurai. But you know, he's probably, I don't know if he's thinking about risk versus reward based on how he's been playing thus far, truth be told. But my hand has been forced. I'd rather keep the Valiant for the Gambit in the back. I got the Gambit in the back. As Zamazenta comes out, we're gonna go hard Pelipper here. The Pelipper King. Is that been CC? I've not seen CC. This fucking Zapdos is an issue. No, I don't want to go Scarlet to knock it off. I need it to, maybe I have, let me think about this. If I go Goodra forces the Volt Switch. It goes Slowking, Chilly Receptions. I don't think there's any way around this. It's kind of giving Meowscarada up, honestly, but I think to get rid of this thing's Say hurricanes. I'm actually really glad he hurricane. Thankfully, no confusion as well. Should roost this turn. Yeah, excellent. So I got away. Woo! And now, freaking Flower Trick is gonna be an issue because the Slow King lost his heavy duty boots, so it's actually taking a lot of damage from these hits. What's my Goodra speed? So please, please, for the love of God, Goodra. I don't know what he's doing with the Zapdos, honestly. To the honest of honestness. Nah, I know what he's doing. Because he's fearing, okay, well, maybe I can take advantage of this, rain. 46%. But the issue is that you just get roost stalled. And if you get lowered enough, you won't be able to switch into my Scarlet, which means you have to go Gambit. Now, I don't like that my Pelipper is this low. How many roosts has he used? 5. Okay, he's fine. But now he has to, the Hurricane. Look at Goodra go. The Hurricanes, he has to hit them. So he's hitting them. Just, you know, that's reasonable. I think that's reasonable. Dracoin doesn't make a difference here. He does Hurricane again. I think that was a bad decision. Oh. But I've been breaking through, so I can't be mad at it, you know. My balloon doesn't matter anymore. Please hit Goodra, please, please, please. 3 in a row, though. Hurricane does 21. I guess I'm just gonna keep my balloon, right? So. I'd rather get Golden Gun with no damage on it. He fucking gets the roll. Okay, so that was a reason not to do what I just did. I should have went hard Golden Gun then. Damn. So my best player is to always Shadow Ball. I need to watch this endgame properly because it could get dicey. He goes Zenta. Zenta is surprising. It did nothing. Is this Assault Vest? Yes, a defense drop. Oh boy. The 3 powers in a row versus the not getting any powers. Come on, dude. Stone Edge would not have killed me. A max without the defense drop. Okay, so this makes this very difficult now. This makes this very difficult now. Yeah, I think Stone Edge. I think he's Assault Vest. I've never seen this before. Okay, that's good to know. I think I lose now. Crunches. Do these run Heavy Slam? I mean, if they do, I lose, so whatever. Players to Shadow Ball. I want Iron Head. Yeah, so he's AV. I didn't know that was a set, so I'll pay attention to that for future. Had I known what he was just now, I would have played Pelipper differently. I didn't think there was any set of Zamazenta that could touch my Pelipper. So that was knowledge and information. The stuff aside, you know, my own lack of knowledge lost me that game. And plus I could have switched my Goldengo and kept Goodra. I didn't think he could kill me based on the other 2 Hurricanes. If I got 1 hit off, what I was trying to do is get 1 more hit off, then get the free switch into Goldengo. But I mean, I should know better than to play around with fucking paralysis. Like I have horrible luck with paralysis. So it's just frustrating because I think that was a very easy win. But you know, you gotta do what you gotta do, or control what you can control, which is why I need to get some practice in, because like for example the Lando situation, what I mean, it's hard to say, right? If I attack his Lando, I keep my Valiant with no damage. yeah, I can't justify any of that because a lot of my misplays came from a lack of information. And based on how the opponent played early in the game, there's no reason for me to assume he would leave his landers in there. Like, it's not like it was, oh, well, this guy's clearly the way, especially where he played the Samurats. So, yeah, I think in both games, very easily winnable. Yeah, I just had to tighten up a few places. But yeah, thanks for watching, guys, and I'll see you in the next one. Peace.